this first. So start preparing for cases only. This is my opinion. Start preparing for cases only when you're sure of a shortlist. Till then, make sure you cover, say, finance or core or whatever preparation you're doing.
That is actually very important. So, if consult is your priority, ensure that you have a very strong backup. Because consult, it's unfortunately very cutthroat. You have what, 35 people getting shortlisted in it. And if you're not one of them, then you need to have a very, very strong backup. Finance, analytics, whatever it is. So, you need to use the summer to really work on this, work on whatever your next option is. Because frankly, case prep, I think we all started it next sem itself. You don't need to do more than 40, 50 cases. There's no need to start anything with case prep right now. You can start with your puzzles, your, anything else. What your branch counselor sends off. Whatever your other options are, cover those first right now. Case prep will come later. You can easily finish it off in the semester.
Also, even after shortlisting, it's only 1 out of 5 who will get recruited. So be careful that you have a very, very strong backup. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for you guys.
One more thing, there's no magic number of cases. So there is a certain mechanical element, there's a certain creativity element. So long as you're comfortable with both the parts of that, getting the proper structure as well as not making it seem completely mechanical and allowing for some ideas to come through, that is the perfect time. That is the perfect number.
But you guys understand
from person to person.
You guys understand what we say when we say mechanical. So, I mean, if you do like 100, I don't know where the number came from, but if you do like 100 cases, then like the next time someone gives you a case, you're like, okay, so what was the company doing? Okay, didn't do that. So boring. It's not, at no point are you cases, it doesn't seem like you're like working on an idea and then trying to find possible answers. It's all very rote. So it shouldn't come that way. So that's why you shouldn't do too many cases. Okay, so that's about the number of cases. Do you have any other doubts about case prep? I mean, it's very soon to actually explain it in depth. Okay. Yeah, okay. So let's cover the broad aspects of case prep instead of going deep into anything. Yes. Okay, you want to know what a case is?
Do you guys know what a case is in general?
Okay, let's.
I take it by that you agree that you know what a case is.
So before we move into all of that, what do you guys want to do? So far I think what we've recapped is essentially how the process looks like, what you need to do to go under the shortlisting phase, and you said whatever happens after you can figure it out later. Essentially in a nutshell that's what we've said. So do you guys want us to focus on the post-shortlist phase right now, or do you want to focus on something else? Okay, so Monish is asking about the Mentor Buddy program.
Okay, how many of you have a doubt with what a case is? Show of hands, please. Show of hands, please.
Yeah, then please slide the slide over.
Okay, so we have someone who has
Okay, anyway. Okay, cool. So let's quickly go through what a case is. Okay. So a case is two people do it. One person is the interviewer, the other person is the interviewee. That's always how it is. 1v1. Okay? Now what does a case look like? The interviewer gives you a business problem. It can be anything. It can be anything. Okay. Yeah. So,
Before that, you need to understand it's just a simulation of what day-to-day, work you'll be doing at the your company. Okay, just make sure that.
So there's a
So basically, the kind of cases that you'll be getting in your interview can be different types. So they'll either be fairly systematic, like a profitability case where you just break it down as revenue minus cost and then take or it can be something completely random, like you need to buy a gift for a friend. What kind of process will you use to choose the optimal gift?
It can be
completely random.
So it's a question. It's just a general question, and what they're looking for is how you approach solving the question. They're not looking for what the answer is. A case interview is all about the interviewer putting a question to you and your approach to solving it. So for example, if it is
For example, see, most of the times the case is just made up by the interviewer at that point of time. For example, my Mecca interview had this case. He saw that I was a badminton player and he asked me, okay, we need to set up a badminton academy in India with 30 players.
Tell me how to go about it. That was my case. So there's no answer, it's just the approach that he's looking at.
Can be anything, right?
So that's a case. Okay, but more often than not, it's going to be a very normal sort of, we need to grow profits by X%, what do we do? Okay, so again, they're not looking for the right answer, it's just the approach. So that's a case interview. An interviewer sits down with an interviewee, gives them a business problem, how to grow profits, profits are declining, how to stop that, how to enter a new market, or something as random as how to buy a gift for your mother, any of those things. So that's a case interview. So tell you what a case is. Okay, so now let's go through the prep very quickly and very briefly. So you start, usually almost everyone starts with this thing called Victor Cheng videos. So that's like the first thing you do, which is something, do at your own pace, later in the summer, during the sem.
Summer and sem. Summer
Later.
is mentioned.
Yeah.
Watch it 2-3.
Yeah, watch it 2-3 times.
Starting of your action.
Yeah. Just get a hang of what cases are, how to solve a case by watching the video. Just get a hang of it.
Yeah.
So until then you watch it.
So that's the first phase. It's basically a ex-McKinsey guy walking a class of Harvard students through a case interview. That's the content of the video, and you will also learn. Next come case books and case prep with your teams. Okay, so once you watch the Cheng videos, you have a rough idea of what a case interview looks like, and you're not very clueless when a question is posed to you. So how do you sharpen your skills? So there are case books with sample cases and the how-to of solving cases, and you practice what you read in these books with your case team. So case team is a group of 2, 3, 4, recommended size 2 or 3 people who meet regularly and pretend to be the interviewer and the interviewee so that they can go through a case. So that's what case prep with your case team is like. So you do a few books and you practice with your case team. So what are these books? So there are a lot of different types of books, and every book claims to be evolved from the previous one. So a rough chronological order of the books is, and I recommend you go through all of them. I don't know if you guys recommend the same thing. So you start with an archaic case in point book, which is not very, the method is not very...
Case in point, just read as a storybook.
Yeah.
Make sure you get what case question is, you get different questions, you'll understand what kind of questions are being asked. So read it as a storybook, read everything as a storybook. This book is like a storybook.
Story. So, okay, next, there is Case Interviews Cracked. So Case Interviews Cracked is this book by some IIT Bombay people, you find it on LAN, and they claim that case in point sucks, they're right. And you go through that, you learn better approaches. Keep practicing them with your case team. What? Yeah. Next, yeah. So next is Day One. Day One is a book that our institute students wrote, our batch, in fact, BTechs, and they claim Case Interviews sucks. Case Interviews Cracked sucks, and they have some valid points there.
Are available on DC.
So all of these are available to DC. You keep going through these books sequentially. Case in point, just read like a storybook. Case Interviews Cracked, start doing those cases. You'll find cases elsewhere also from buddies and all of that. Practice them with your case team. Move on to Day One, and over the course of these 3 books or so, you'll find enough cases to satisfy your urge to practice.
Go about reading all the cases in Case Interviews Cracked and Day One. Try to ask your group to give you those cases. Do that with the group, then go back and see what was the solution.
Don't read the case.
Yeah, because you will not have enough number of cases sometimes to get, because until the buddy program starts. Okay. So make sure you don't read all the cases.
So one more thing is that all the 3 books have very different approaches to solving cases. So Case in Point takes it in a very structured manner. Case Interviews Cracked tries to bring it down to a mathematical formula. Day One is something like a midway thing. So pick whichever method appeals to you and follow that one more appropriately.
Okay, so to recap, Victor Cheng to begin with, these books and case prep with your team, and not only with your team, do it with as many people as possible. So Avik and I were in a team. I think we did just the first few cases together, and after that we just went with other people. So doing cases were different. Yeah, and then we kept coming back and discussing what we learned from different people. So yeah. So this way, if you do cases with a lot of different people, you get different perspectives, and that really helps. it really rounds off your case solving ability. If you keep doing it with just the same 2-3 people, you'll all develop common flaws and you'll never see what the problem is. Yeah, you get into a comfort zone as well. So for example, if you do 15-20 cases with the same person, it becomes kind of casual. Hey, did the company do that? Shit, like, that's not how it should be. Be very serious about it, behave like it's a normal interview, and that's why keep wearing the people as well. So, first, Victor Cheng, second, these books, third, case prep with different people and with your team. Okay?
Any confusing points?
Yeah, and as Vikram pointing out, the last stage, which is usually like much after the shortlist, is buddy cases. So buddy case, each company has a buddy program, and that's really like.
But all of that can be done later.
Later, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you don't really need to know, stuff about that buddy program. Right now, focus on your resume, focus on, your summer preparations, focus on just basics of case.
Yeah.
And generally, the key question right now is, do you want to get into consulting?
That is what
Yeah, I think that's extremely important. That's what you should be thinking about right now, not how consulting.
So the point is, if you want to get in, there's all of this. If you don't want to get in, I think what you would find helpful is figuring out how a case runs, simply because a lot, and that is if you're looking at non-code. Just because a lot of non-code companies kind of actually follow this pattern. Like, it's not explicit as such, but sometimes they ask you questions about what would you do in a situation like this, or what would you do to solve this. So guesstimates, all of that keeps coming in even with other non-code companies.
Generally, startups have some problem solving.
Or say even the product manager interview from Flipkart, even that had a case to solve. So essentially that will teach you how to communicate. So maybe that is one skill you can take away from it, even if you're not interested in that.
One second. I just have a couple of points to add actually. I just have a couple of resources to add which I actually found very useful. Victor Cheng, the videos, I personally found them very boring. I couldn't sit through them twice or thrice. So there's one book, Case Interview Secrets, which he wrote after the workshop was actually a hit. So that is basically a written case interview secrets. That's a written version of the workshop, more elaborate. And for those of you who actually wants to hear how a case interview goes, Victor Cheng has this program, Look Over My Shoulders. You can get it for free on Reddit. So on Reddit you can get it for free. So on Reddit it's available for free, so you can go download it. That is basically